Recording in progress.
All right. Well, we're super glad to have all of you tonight for our 14-day reset. This is our NingXia Red amazing presentation by Ed Dailey. And I always have to read, he's been with Young Living for since 2011, right? So what's that? We're going on 13-ish years, right?
13 years.
And you are the director of global education. So that means global, that means everywhere. And he has been all over the planet teaching about oils and our supplements and the body and how our body uses things. And because he's a great yoga instructor as well, he has a great idea about how our body not only needs to work, but what helps us, sorry, I got a bug right here, what helps us keep going well. And that's, our Young Living products are such a great part of that. Ed has been an RNPA, which is a nurse patient advocate. He's also been an OR nurse, right? So he knows the body very well. He's the author of 2 books, recently completed his 3rd book on cancer care. So we are thrilled to have Ed Dailey with us tonight. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us, Ed. Take it away.
Okay, well, thank you, Jeanette, and thank you, everyone. I'm so grateful that you're all here. I just want to start out with some really awesome news. Jeanette knows this probably already. Well, we talk about it a lot, but many of you may not. This presentation that I'm actually going to present to you tonight, you can download from our website. Did you know that? So one of the things that I've been doing behind the scenes for the last couple of years is really working on giving you the tools that you can use, especially when it comes to presenting on our products. So I'll show you exactly where to get it, but it's not only this product, we've got Agiles, Green Omega-3, Imu Gummies, Longevity, Master Formula, Life 9, lavender, lemon, frankincense, essential oil. They're actually right there on the product page, and I'll show you exactly how to get them tonight. And I'm just going to tell you that I'm often asked, probably 4 to 5 times a week, Ed, what are the top 4 products that you recommend to the brand new person coming into Young Living? And now you can get a plethora of oils, as you know, but I'm always usually focused on the supplement side of things because it's really important to me. NingXia Red is always at the top of the list, and you're going to understand why it's at the top of the list at the end of this presentation. You already probably know. Life 9 for the gut's microbiome, very super important. And also Life 9, I want to really hone in on sulfurzyme powder. Now, there's a difference between sulfurzyme powder and sulfurzyme capsules, and actually there's 2 prebiotics in sulfurzyme powder. You have FOS, and it doesn't mean what you think it does, and you have the wolfberry polysaccharide. All right, so the last one I recommend is Master Formula, because most people's nutritional intake is not really adequate enough to really give them the vitamins, minerals that they actually need. So NingXia Red, sulfurzyme powder, Life 9, Master Formula. If you ask me tomorrow or next 100 days, it's not going to change because I want to get some basics on board, and then we can work on targeting nutrition. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I'm not going to take all the credit for this. I was the person who was behind the scenes as the driver, so to speak, to make this happen. But there's a lot of very talented people that I want to acknowledge, people in copy, people in design that really brought this whole thing to life. And then, of course, our regulatory team who said, hey, you can say this, but you can't say that. So again, the good news is that this presentation is for you to download, and please go to our website and I'll show you how to do that. Again, I'm not here to diagnose, treat, cure. I'm not interested in any of that because that's the old way. What I really want you to understand is that if you can help someone understand the value of any product, product X, product Y, product Z, and help them to understand it in less than a minute, then and how they win as a consumer, then you've done your job as a brand partner or a customer. Like, you really help people to understand that. And I always stay on the other side of compliance. And when people ask questions that I can't answer, the way around that is to get them to research. And I'll give you a couple of good examples of that tonight. All right. I went to a restaurant one time, and I went with a guy, and he said, well, I'm going to order cake. I said, why are you ordering cake? We haven't even had our dinner. He goes, because I like dessert first. And I said, okay, that's kind of odd. But when you're talking to someone about like, the NingXia Red and why NingXia Red, let's start right up front with how they win. Well, it supports and provides a nutrient infusion for whole body wellness. Look, there is so much packed into a bottle. You would have to spend a lot of your time consuming a lot of fruits and things to make that happen. So convenience is a big factor when you're drinking NingXia Red because it really saves you a lot of time, right? It's the same with NingXia Greens. Who's going to eat 60 fruits and vegetables in a day? You could put a scoop inside one of your drinks in the morning. I usually put it in a pure protein smoothie, and boom, I'm off to the races and doing my thing. All right, it helps prevent oxidative stress. We don't want the body rusting inside out. Not a good thing. It's really not. Provides energy support without caffeine. Now, caffeine does get a little bit of a bad rap. I'm a coffee drinker. Studies and research that I've looked at said, well, if you drink a couple of cups a day, but no more, it reduces your risk for Alzheimer's and dementia after the age of 60. But again, that's just in the morning, but I'm also doing my NingXia Red in the morning. I'm gonna share something really cool with you. Jenna's grandma is staying with us. She's been living with us for 2 weeks and then Jenna's mom for 2 weeks. And we're going back and forth providing care for her. She's 100 and she's vibrant as heck. She is an avid Young Living user. And the first thing she gets every day is NingXia Red. The first thing she says this morning, she said, where's my NingXia Red? I said, it's coming, Lois. Hold on one second. I'm going to be right there. Hold on. But she loves it. And she's such an avid user, especially from a lot of our things like, our muscle rub and our CBD stuff and, our pain creams. So she's really she's a picture of health in regards to Young Living. Now, it contains a synergistic blend of orange, tangerine, lemon, and yuzu. Yuzu is a very special oil. So first homework assignment tonight, and this is how you get people to understand the value of something. Always give a little bit of homework when you're talking. So I want you to look up yuzu oil. I want you to become very familiar with it. And as my good friend Tracy Griffiths did way back in the day when I first started learning about Young Living, she would give us one oil a month to focus on. And I said, well, what about, she gave us lavender first. And I said, what about lemon and tangerine? She said, no. So this is your oil this month. I want you to look up yuzu, find out about as much as you can, and then share that with other people. Well, in our NingXia Red drink, we've got powerful anti-ingredients that are involved in a lot of antioxidant properties. It supports normal eye health and healthy digestion. Folks, I'm just going to tell you that a lot of people are suffering with really ill digestion these days. And it all starts in the gut. Gary knew that. That's why I put you on the cleansing trio in the beginning. And I remember asking Gary one time, I said, Gary, do you think everyone should be on NingXia Red? He goes, that's a silly question. I'm not even going to answer it. That was way back in the day. That was like 2012. All right. What's in one serving, 60 mLs? Again, convenience. Think of this as convenience. You've got sweet cherry, wolfberries, blueberries, pomegranate, plums, and aronia berries. This, folks, this is a plethora. And it's just think you're getting this every time you're drinking a sachet. Blueberries, by the way, are a superfood for your cardiovascular system. Look it up. Don't believe me, but it is one of the things that I like to consume as much as I can. We're coming into blueberry season here in Southern Tennessee, so I'm really excited to just go and pick those. And on our new property, I'm certainly going to be planting some blueberry for the future. Now, let's talk about the story, how this all started. So Gary met Dr. Chow and was introduced to this NingXia wolfberry. And there's 13 different species of it, and this is the most potent. And of course, it was prized in China for years, and we'll talk about that in a second. And the supplement is formulated with the wolfberry puree from the wolfberries grown in this NingXia province. And this region is known for the authentic home of this wolfberry and contains higher amounts of active ingredients than other related berries. So if someone said, well, there's this wolfberry here and it's got 6 properties, and then there's this one over here that has 21, which one are you going to take? You're going to take the one with 21. And that's just really, just the more potency, the better. Now, this came out of the archive. Not many people have seen this picture. Maybe Danette has. I don't know if you have, Danette, but this is Gary with Dr. Chow. I believe this came from John Wetton, who is our director of all things important and anything critical. That's what I call John. John is just all the Yeah, John he's involved in all the important things. But what I love about this picture, everyone, is just look at Gary's face. He's like a little kid in the candy store, like going, I'm going to be bringing something really good to all of you, and you don't even know it yet, and this is where we're going. And you could just see the pleasure in his face and how excited he is to be working with Dr. Chow. Now, Dr. Chow had explained to Gary that the people who regularly ate this wolfberry led remarkable, long, and rich lives. And he was convinced that we had to give this out to the world. And through Gary's team, they performed the original research. Dr. Chow's team, Gary led the research on specific species of wolfberry. So these regions around the world, the Ningxia province is not a blue zone, but there's many areas in the world that are known for their longevity, right? People living into 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th decade of life. When I asked Lois on her birthday, her 100th birthday here at our house, I said, Lois, what's the keys to living to be 100? She said, eat good every day, control your stress, and make sure that if you're angry, she goes, you let it go. And I just loved that. I was just like, oh my goodness. So these were her keys to longevity to being 100. But these blue zones around the world all have their secrets, and medical researchers have gone in there. It would be really interesting to send a team of medical research into the Ningxia province, Danette, to find out what else are they doing lifestyle-wise to help keep them healthy and strong and vibrant. Now, the wolfberry is also known as the goji berry, and it's always been known for its deep nutritional content. With the documentation goes back to the Ming Dynasty, which is way, way back. And again, people in this Ningxia province are really, really living to be ripe, old, healthy lives. Now, when you grow older, which we all do, it's inevitable, right? I want to age with grace and ease and not a lot of medical problems, not a lot of problems at all. So as Danette, you heard her say, hey, she started taking BLM. She's an avid tennis player. Oh yeah, you have to protect those joints as much as you can and those muscles and those ligaments and those bones, right? So we're doing all the things lifestyle-wise that help us to live long and healthy lives with minimal interactions with the healthcare system. I'm just going to sidetrack here because I've been a nurse. I'm going on 30 years next year. This is my 29th year. I've seen the worst of the worst. Invest in yourself on a daily basis by using Young Living products. Do the lifestyle and the environmental changes that you need to make sure that you're living to be 80, 90, 100. And you'll have all the support you need because chances are Young Living has the products that you need. All right. This is an ancient solution to a modern problem, right? Many people today are not getting antioxidants. Many individuals' food choices are lacking in fiber, which is crucial for digestive health. Too many health drinks are high in sugar. We know sugar activates and creates what's called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. What are those? Well, basically, they're a byproduct that comes out of the sugar and the body doesn't recognize them. So the immune system starts to attack them, right? And that's a big problem. And we're not consuming foods linked to longevity. So if I was a brand partner and I was talking to someone about NingXia Red, these are questions I would ask. Are you getting sufficient antioxidants in your life? Are the foods you're eating are they high in fiber? Are you consuming health drinks which are high in sugar? And are you consuming a lot of foods that are you not consuming foods that are linked to longevity? And if they said yes to 2 or 3 of these, I'd like, well, I have a solution for you. And the solution is NingXia Red. And then you can start to educate. So you have to understand the problem to understand the solution. And that's something I've always been very adamant about. So what's in the NingXia Red supplement? Well, you've got your wolfberry puree, you've got those oils we talked about, and you're all going to look up yuzu, right? Tangerine, lemon. I mean, just look at the constituents in these oils. Look, we may not be able to say certain things about an oil, but that doesn't mean that the FDA or the FTC can stop you from actually researching yourself. And I'm a big proponent of that. And the reason is that if I have to research something on my own, like what are the chemical constituents of all these oils? Well, I'm pretty sure they're high in D-limonene. But that said, what does D-limonene do in the body? What actions does it take? I may not be able to tell you because of regulatory reasons, but you can look it up, and that is knowledge, and that knowledge is power. You've got grapeseed extract, which is a trademark grapeseed extract that contains polyphenolic compounds. You want a lot of those. Polyphenolic compounds are also they make our immune system very happy. And then you got your fruit blend. You've got the blueberry, plum, aronie, sweet cherry, and pomegranate juice. And for all the guys on the call, I'd like you to look up the relationship between pomegranates and prostate health. I'm not making any claims. I want you to look it up. What is the relationship by consuming a lot of pomegranate and your health of your prostate? All right, so let's look at the plant for a little bit. It's very rich in nutrients. That's why it's called a superfruit. Not many actually make this category, so just be aware of that. High in fiber and protein. Protein content is about 13%. Contains, again, those essential amino acids, essential source of potassium. Too much potassium is not a good thing, but you want enough potassium because it's involved in what's called the sodium potassium pump inside the body. Very, very important mechanism for health. It's high in antioxidants and a great option to help you get your daily servings of fruit. That's what I call the convenience factor. So when you can consume a lot of fruits in a very short amount of something, that's convenience. When I can take one scoop of NingXia greens and I can put it in my smoothie, and that's the equivalent of 60 fruits and vegetables, that's convenience. That's important to people. It's important to me. My life is super busy, right? I'm working for Young Living. I'm traveling. I'm managing 3 stepsons. I've got Jenna's 100-year-old grandma in here. There's a lot going on, right? And so that said, you want to make sure you're giving the body exactly what it needs. Now, how do we deliver this premium value? This is really important. So these wolfberries undergo a rigorous testing for pesticides, heavy metal, and other potential contaminants. These contaminants are all over the place, and it's becoming worse. And so once the wolfberries are harvested, they're clean and sent to be pureed. The ingredients, again, undergo rigorous testing and quality checks by Young Living before they're weighed and combined to create a bottle of NingXia Red and NingXia Red proprietary blend. And this what makes this premium value. Someone said to me a couple of weeks ago, they said, that stuff is just too expensive. My response was, what is your health worth? What is your health? What is the value? What is the dollar amount for your health? I will tell you, when I go to the employee store, and I went last week, and it's the first thing that I put in my basket. And we're very lucky as employees that we're given like PV every month, and the longer you're there, the more PV you get. And so that's a beautiful thing, because Young Living wants us to all be products of the product, right? And then I'm doing the job behind the scenes, helping to educate the staff on how to use this. So what is the value of your health? To me, you can't place a dollar amount on it, because you get one life. And if you don't do it right, and you're stepping on landmines, as a lot of people do, then the life becomes a little bit shorter. You have to talk about the clinical study. I think you just have to. It's the science is there. Overall, benefits of sleep had a positive impact on responses to everyday stress, increases physical energy levels, again, without caffeine. Look, if I'm sleepy in the afternoon, I'll take 3 sachets of this and 2 NingXia Nitros and a couple of drops of peppermint on my tongue, and I'm ready to go. And if I needed more energy, I might even pop a Super B or maybe a couple Super Bs. I'll get adequate energy to get me through the rest of the day. The thing you want to be aware of with energy is that if you're constantly low on energy, there might be something going on. It also helps reduce physical limitations. And I'll show you where you can get more information on this a little bit at the end. So this study was randomized, single blind, 160 healthy individuals between 18 and 65, and split over a treatment group and one control group. They did baselines on day 30 and day 60. And so if you haven't gone through and actually read this study, I would really highly recommend that you do that. Again, the more informed and educated you are, the better you are able to talk about our products to any given person that you come in contact with. So suggested uses, you can drink it. We'll talk about the reset here in a second. Some like it in a smoothie. an acai bowl. They can put it in their breakfast. They can combine it with nitro. You've got the green drink, the red drink that Dr. Minky's talked about. You can add your favorite vitality oils. I like in the morning, I like 2 ounces of it. I'll put my mineral essence in there. I'm currently doing a 6 month of KMB, and I put a couple of shots of peppermint vitality in there as well. And in the summertime, I really like this. The last suggestion here, I'll have a nice sparkling or mineral water, and then adding a couple ounces to that. Let's get to the reset because this is really important. So what we're going to do on days 1 through 3, you're going to drink up to 2 pouches, 4 ounces, 3 times a day. Okay, I'm going to share with you. That's like minimum for me. I'm drinking about 6 to 8 pouches a day. I've been drinking that for the last 10 years. That's just me. So I'm on this constant reset. All right, days 4 to 14, you're going to drink 1 pouch, 2 ounces, 3 times a day. The other thing you want to do is you want to check out our clinical studies, as we've talked about. We want to, again, there's reduction in daily stress, significant to improve mental health well-being, increased physical energy levels, supported a healthy inflammation response, and more. 3, weave healthy habits into your day. So I'm suggesting to people maybe get out for a walk 4 or 5 times a week, maybe do a little yoga, start doing more cooking, less eating out, that kind of stuff. Sprinkle in some self-care. Maybe you go get a massage during this time frame. 4, we want you to track and evaluate your progress. So before you begin, take a photo, a video to document your progress. But this is the interesting thing is as long as this product's been around, we've never done this, but people are having amazing results. And number 5, learn more about this Make a Shift Reset, and you can scan the QR code, and that's all on YL's website. All right, we've also got other products that contain the NingXia wolfberry as well. The wolfberries themselves are great to cook with. Jenna likes to make a nice healthy cookie because the boys love sweets, right? So a nice oatmeal cookie with some of that. You've got sulfurzyme powder, nitro, zing. The boys really like when I bring home, several cases of zing. I brought home 4 last Friday. I think we have like 6 of them left. That's how much they drink it. But that, to me, as a stepfather, that's a healthier option than soda because I know that they also like to consume a lot of that stuff. All right, so some additional resources here. Now, I don't know if you know this, but we've got a NingXia Red ebook that we did a few years back, right? That's in our digital library, which is really super cool. You should use that. It's a great way to, if you want to give someone education, they can scan that QR code. Dr. Mark Bartlett, I'm going to show you where to get this. He's got a nice video in there as well about NingXia Red that he did. Look at science and research. You can click on that, and I'll show you there in a second. Here's all your articles that are there. If you haven't read them, please do. And this is where you go on the website. So if you want to go for the research portion, you would just click Discover the Research. If you want to download the PowerPoint presentation, just go to any NingXia Red product, click on Learn More, and you'll see Dr. Mark's video, you'll see the PowerPoint presentation. The beauty of it is it downloads, boom, bam, right to your computer, and you're ready to go. So if you want to give a presentation next week on this, you can download it. You want to give a presentation on Agiles or longevity or Immu gummies or green omega-3, you can do that as well. And again, show people how they win as a consumer. I've shifted my philosophy in the last couple of years. I am no longer the expert. I am no longer the hero. I am no longer the person directing you. I am the guide. And I am the guide to help you be the hero of your wellness journey. And all I have to do is 2 things. I have to educate you on the product, and I have to show you how you get the product. And when you do that, and they understand how they win, this is a no-brainer. Why would I not consume a product that has this much bang for the buck? And why would I not consume this every day? And this is what helps people think. And then they say, you know what? I need some of that NingXia Red. And you know what? Maybe you should put this on your order every month so you can actually get more benefits from the company. And then they win again, right? And so that's our presentation, Danette. Not very long, but I'm just excited at the fact that you all get to have this. Just in the chat, how many people did not know? Just type in if you did not know that this was available to you on our website, because I'm always about communication. I want to know if you did just say, I didn't know, or I didn't know. Susan Wilson, Diana Miller, Christine, Brenda Flynn didn't know. Okay. Ann Dunnington said, I knew because you told me. That's right, Ann. We talked about this last time in Ohio. So, so share this with your people, right? Because we want to give you the tools. Okay. Are you ready for some even better? And Danette's already heard this already, but I'm going to tell everybody. How would you like a presentation that's branded Young Living? It talks about all Earth Thieves products and how to use them. How would you like that? That's in copy and design right now. I just approved the final thing on it today. So that's going to be up on our Thieves products. I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks. There's another presentation you're going to be able to get to download. So we are working very hard behind the scenes, myself, Chad Goodman, Dr. Mark Bartlett, to give you the tools. And I want you to know if you ever have any products that you would like to be seen and have a presentation, just message me and let me know. And I'll do my best to get it up and running.
I love that. Did you guys not like learn some things tonight? I mean, I've been using NingXia Red for 20 plus years, and every time Ed speaks, I'm like, oh, such a gem there, even if I might have heard that. And certainly there were things tonight that I was like, well, that's some good stuff right there. So thank you for creating such great education for us, and then creating the actual tools like a PowerPoint that we can go and teach from as well, right? Because we can this too. I'm seeing Jocelyn says maybe a presentation for Master Formula.
It's in there. It's there, I believe. I believe it's in there already. Just I'd have to look at it, but I think it's there already.
Why don't you look at that for a minute? Stacy, do you have anything you'd like to say? Did you shake your head and just said no? Stacy, is there anything you want to say before we close it out?
Forgive me. No, but I appreciate this beautiful presentation. The PowerPoint was very nice. I think it'll be very helpful for many to be able to utilize this information.
So Master Formula is not there, Danette. So that was my confusion, but it is one that we're going to be putting in the queue very soon. Again, you've got Agilis, Longevity, Imugummies, Green Omega-3, 3 oils. You've got frankincense, lavender. There's more. Detoxime is in there. So yeah, I'm going to create a list and I'll make a post on my Facebook page so you all have it. Okay, is everyone ready for the last homework assignment? Because I want you to understand. So this is good for eye health, right? That's one of our appropriate claims we can make. So 2 compounds are in this product, in NingXia Red, zeaxanthin and lutein. And lutein is actually called the eye compound, right? Because it really has such great benefits. But I want you to look up the relationship of those 2 compounds and telomeres. And so telomeres are what are on the end of your chromosomes, right? And your telomeres, if you're 50 years of age, could be your exact biological age. They could be younger or they could be older. If they're older, that's not great. So what is the relationship between zeaxanthin and lutein and the health of your telomeres? So that's your last homework assignment. So that and yuzu oil, look those up, and I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised about what you find.
I love that. Yeah, just trying to go telomeres there. Can we answer one thing here? Because I know part of that is because it has the NingXia wolfberry powder. People are wanting to know the difference between sulfurzyme powder and capsules.
Right. So the difference between sulfurzyme powder and capsules is the powder has the 2 prebiotics, the FOS and the wolfberry polysaccharides. And those are the sugars that your probiotics feed on. So the probiotics and the healthy bacteria, they need food too, right? So that's just like my little way in the morning of a little sulfurzyme powder and water. And especially when it gets warmer, like it was today, it was 75 today, drank a lot of sulfurzyme powder water today because I'm just feeding my body with that MSM, but also all those good prebiotics as well.
Great. I'm going to share my screen here in a moment too, and actually show you on the website. I know because it can get confusing, especially if you're pretty new to Young Living and don't know on the website where to find these. So we're going to do that. While I go to share my screen, Ed, they'd like you to repeat the lutein and zeaxanthin.
Okay, what is the relationship between zeaxanthin and lutein in relationship to telomere health? T-E-L-E, telomere health.
Yes, yes. Okay, so everyone can see my screen. We're just at youngliving.com. I'm going to press United States English right there. We're going to go to shop. Well, I'll show you two different ways to do that. Let's just go to NingXia right here. Once NingXia comes up, I'm just going to click on a NingXia product. As we scroll down here, right, we're going to go and we can choose a 4-pack, a 2-pack, whatever we want there. We're going to scroll down here and you're going to see, sorry, let me move this right here. You're going to see the science and research. Right here, you see this discover the research button, and down here, the learn more. Okay, so let's start with the discover the research part. Look at all of this terrific information here, right? Amazing PubMed articles, beautiful things. If we go down to the learn more, we have a delayed response is what we have. Come on. You see the NingXia ebook that Ed was talking about that we can download as PDF and send to people or send them this link. Dr. Bartlett's NingXia Red video, the PowerPoint that Ed just went through for us, beautiful. And our Seed to Seal story about NingXia. I need a capital X there on that NingXia Red. We're just editing as we go through. This is how we do. So you just, and then you go down here and there are other products that actually have the wolfberries in here, right? If you like NingXia Red, you're gonna love some nitro and some zinc. So this is how we have all this great information. Let's type in, you said Aller's detox slime, excuse me, is in there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so instead of going to the enzymes and shop, let's just put it in this search bar right here. We're just gonna put detox zyme right here. Get rid of that right there. And we're gonna click on this detox zyme, one of my fave products. And we're gonna click down here and go down to more information and learn more right here. Detox zyme PowerPoint presentation. It's beautiful, all right there. So great information for us to have. And then other places you can go under learn. This is in the works to be in maybe a little different too, but there's a learning center here. So you can take these wellness courses with essential oils, NingXia Red, of course, our amazing Thieves line, and self practices. So you can take these free courses right here. You have people take them with you, have a good time through them and learn through them. And then you're able to share that with others. So hopefully this was helpful on finding that so people feel comfortable going in there, right?
So Dana, I want to share one more thing with everybody because you know, you and I talked about this the other day, but maybe everyone else doesn't know. But in this, I want to share this because I want to instill hope in all of you that we are on the right track as a company and doing the right things. I report to Chad Goodman. Chad and I are having conversations right now. We want to amp up this learning center. We want to put, I've created over 300 PowerPoint presentations in my career with Young Living, and there's a lot of good stuff. Some of it needs updating. There's a lot of good stuff in there. So, you know, would you like a PowerPoint presentation on gut brain health, on your defense and your immune systems, your energy systems, cellular health, structural health? Like, we're going to populate this area in the future so that if you want to give these presentations to people, all you have to do is download it. So it becomes a real learning center. What I would really like to do personally is that for every course that you take and get checked off on, you get some points that you can use for product down the road. Because what happens if you had 100 people that took everything, say there's 100 courses in there and they all got 10 points for each course. And so, okay, now they got some points that they can use. You have an educated force of people who know how to talk about your products. And I've been talking about this for 5 years, but we're going to make it happen. And so I'm going to continue to work hard for everybody to make sure that it happens and you have the tools that you need.
Love it. Thank you, Ed. Well, we love and appreciate you on so many levels. Thank you guys for being here with us tonight. We're so glad you're doing the reset because when you see this information, you're like, this is why I'm doing this. When we educate ourselves on what our body needs, how our body works, how we can help support our bodies, then we're going to be more consistent at doing that, right? Because we know the value of it for us. We are going to make our health a priority best we can. This is the beautiful thing about the reset, right? Let's up our water.